A number of years ago, I had a woman walk through these doors, and she needed to lose over 300 pounds. Not a small amount. I couldn't get the blood pressure cuff around her arm. Her arm was so big. And we had to weigh her at the hospital in a sling because no scale would support her. And she sat there and she said, she said everything that you could possibly think because she had tried everything and nothing worked. She had failed at every diet. She had failed at every program. In fact, she didn't even, even visualization didn't even work for her because she'd been fat her whole life and didn't even know what it would even be like to be thin. Nothing was working. And she was literally, you could tell, she was just grabbing at anything that possibly could succeed. You'd see that she was just a serial dieter, that sort of thing. So I sat down with her and I said, look, you and I both know what it is you need, what the goal is here. But you don't believe it's possible. So this is why it's so hard. So what I'm going to have you do is we need to get this to match up a little bit. So I know you need to lose over 300 pounds. For this month, in this case, I think it was 3 weeks because she had started into the month. How much weight do you think you can lose? I'm not saying, don't worry about the ultimate, I need to lose 300 pounds. What is it that you believe you can lose this month? She thought about it for a moment. And she said, at first she said 5 pounds, but you could tell that she still wasn't even comfortable with that. She settled on 3. I said, great. That's what we're going to do here, because that's where your beliefs are. Now, I'm going to share this because in this particular case, we had no time. We didn't really have a whole lot of time. She calls me up, reintroduced herself. I knew immediately who she was. And she said, David, I weigh 185 pounds. And everyone at my office loves me. She was so thrilled. And she said it was because I worked from what she believed was possible, rather than forced her in through a process where her belief wasn't at. Now, and here was the next part. Now that she had achieved that huge change, now she had a lot more belief about herself. So there was a lot more stuff that she was going to be able to work on.